Hello, everybody. I can see Chloe, Steve, Kate. Hello. Judy, I think I saw, but she's gone again.
There I am.
I'm trying to.
Hello.
Here you are, Judy. Hello.
Hello.
How is everybody?
Hello.
Hello, hello. All right. I think we'll get going in a few seconds, guys. Just throughout the presentation while Leanne is talking, if you could have your mics off. And if you could use the chat to type any questions, that would be amazing. She's happy to take questions as we go. So don't be afraid to, if she's on a slide, you've got a question about that slide, ask her about it while we're there. Keep it really informal and really casual as we go along. So welcome everybody, and a big welcome and a big thank you to Leanne. I'm going to try and pronounce your surname correctly. Fry Search.
You did it.
Yes.
You did it.
Leanne is an expert in Canva, which is a program that I've been using for years now to create graphics for social media, presentations, and the works. So I wanted you guys to understand how to use it better. So today, Leanne's going to take us through how we can use Canva as small business owners and sole traders, and potentially even for our clients as well. And also give us some demos as well. So let us know in the chat if anyone's ever used Canva, dabbled with Canva, or so forth, just to get us going. But Leanne, I might hand over to you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Chloe. Beautiful introduction and pronounced the surname spot on. Yeah. So yeah, thrilled to be here today speaking to you all about Canva. This session is really designed to, I guess, just help you create professional and really seamless designs without being a designer, which is what Canva's all about, I guess. Just really eye-catching visuals that you can do fairly seamlessly in a system that is very user-friendly. And of course, the more you use it, the better you get at it. So today I'll chat a little bit. Let me just make sure my mouse is in the right spot. Yep, there we go. So today we'll do a little bit of an intro. We'll talk about why design matters. I'll touch a little bit on branding, have a look at some previous projects. We'll do some Canva resources, best practices, bit of time-saving hacks, which we all love. Of course, I'll run through a hands-on demo and we can do some key takeaways and a bit of a Q&A. But like Chloe mentioned, I'm happy to kind of weave the Q&A throughout. I think it's better because I'll be doing a bit of a demo. Feel free to ask anything as I go along. So yeah, before we dive in, I'm Leanne. I have spent the last 18 or maybe 19 years now, I think, in kind of tech operations, strategy, sales, really specializing in making business growth fairly seamless and intentional. So I provide strategic support across business operations, AI, sales strategies, tech, digital marketing, and yeah, just help with people's growth of their business. That's what I'm all about, making it more seamless for everybody. So I think Chloe already asked the question, but yeah, if has anybody used it before? Did we get is there any, I know Chloe is a bit of a Canva guru, but anybody
There's a
else?
few in here who've said dabbled in it. I've used
Yeah.
some basic Canva slides. I've used it for creating posters, says
Oh yeah,
Marianne.
great, great. Love it. Good, good. So, well, you probably know, well, you might already know then this presentation is actually created in Canva. So I was saying to Chloe before, the irony of presenting on Canva, in Canva, doing my presentation, sharing it through Canva. So there's lots you can do in there. Um, but I'll just touch on, oopsie daisy, let me make sure my mouse is, yep, there we go. So I'll just touch on why design matters. Whether you're designing, I guess, a social media flyer, a business card, strong branding, I think really makes an impact, right? So people remember 65% of information when paired with visuals as opposed to 10% when they hear information alone, which is just a quite, it's a bit of a staggering difference. And I guess it shows the impact of how, eye-catching visuals really help to drive a message across. The other thing I wanted to say is there is a real importance of branding as a whole. So things like your unique branding proposition, things like even values, characteristics, interests, your personal and professional story. It's more than just a kind of logo and those visuals because it's all about your own identity and voice coming through there as well. So things like obviously colors, fonts, and brand assets matter to create that strong visual identity, but also your personal story. Like I said, you're a bit of a value exchange, and then looking at things like a content strategy as well, but we won't go down that path today. Um, in terms of kind of resources and best practices, so Canva have a really good template library, which a few of you would have seen having been in there. They really kind of cater for different needs, I guess. And these things include social media posts, presentations, flyers, business cards. I mean, honestly, the list is endless and they're just getting better and better, to be honest. I mean, I've been using it for gosh, I don't even know, maybe 9 years. I remember actually when it first came out, when she's an Australian woman who founded Canva as well, and just the way it's evolved as well over time is quite extraordinary. I think it's been keeping up with the evolution of technology as well. Um, so the other thing, just in terms of like a best practice, I always say to, maintain that consistent color palette. So things like font pairings and your logo, if you have one, you can even build out a logo in Canva too. Setting up a brand kit, which I will show you in a minute, which is really important just to have, like, obviously it just houses your branding colors in there. And if you don't have any, you can even create one in there too. So just to kind of, I guess, make your access to your color palette really easy. And this can be found under the Brand Hub, which again, I'll show you. So overcoming design challenges, I'll touch on this and then I think I'll jump into some hacks and I'll do the demo. So in terms of kind of, I guess, understanding design when it's not your strength. So I always say start with templates and build confidence by just making those little small customizations because you only really need to make a few small tweaks, I think, with Canva's extensive templates. What to do when you're feeling stuck, I always like take a step back, revisit it because sometimes, when you're looking at something for so long, you can go a bit crazy. You need some fresh eyes. So yeah, just kind of take a look at maybe some industry examples if you're getting a bit stuck. Keep your branding consistent is what I always say. So really like looking at that brand guideline, having a look at creating a document with your fonts and just keep that cohesive style against all of your designs. So, you don't want to sort of create a PDF or a presentation different to your social media design. So just keeping that consistency throughout what you create. And I will always say avoid over designing. I think, yeah, less is more sometimes. And just keeping layouts really clean and try and limit your fonts to 2 or 3 is another little tip. So yeah, I'll escape this presentation in a minute and then you'll see I'm actually in Canva. So using their brand kit, they've got a really cool magic resize tool, which I'll show you, creating reusable templates, and then also scheduling content. I might touch on that. Let's see how we kind of navigate through for time. But let me just escape out of this. So when I click escape, you'll see my presentation. I'm actually already in Canva. So I might even do presentations first because I'm already here. So you'll see this is what I've just shared with you. So starting from the beginning, I actually use a template for this and just went through and obviously input my brand colors. Whenever you do one, I mean, I'll go back to the beginning in a minute, but whenever you do one, they're just really easy to edit. And I guess that's the best thing about something like Canva is just the way to do things or just their editing capacity is just, yeah, brilliant, I think. So you can kind of scroll across down the bottom, you'll see all of my slides that we've gone through already. But this is the main homepage. So when you head up to the top, you'll go to home. And then I'll dive back into a presentation. So you'll see the homepage here. My client Belle won't mind her face being there, so it's all good. And you'll see some little designs I've been touching on recently. But say, for example, you came into Canva and you were like, you know what, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look if I've got my brand colors in there, or I'm going to input them in there. So I'm going to go to brand on the left-hand side. And then it'll always pre-populate to brand templates. I've got a bit of a marketing strategy template, and you'll see my highest vision board template there, a bit of a online vision board. So if we toggle up to brand kits, this is probably the most important one. Now, this is on Canva Pro only, so you do have to pay for this element. But to be fair, I think with what you get for Canva Pro definitely outweighs what you get on the free version. So it is worth it in my eyes. I think it's $169.99 for the full year of use. So pretty cost effective compared to some systems. And you can do that, you can pay monthly as well. So you'll see in here my brand kit. So if we click on that, you'll see my logo. You'll also see my custom brand colors. So you'll see all the hex here. You'll see fonts. I'm actually redoing my fonts at the moment, but you can add in a few. I always recommend kind of 2 to 4. 4 probably maximum, to be honest. You want to kind of keep it fairly consistent throughout. And then as we scroll down, you can also use the toggle here on the left side. So as we scroll down, we can actually add in a brand voice as well. And it's really cool now with AI. I mean, I won't go to this. This is probably a bit too advanced, but you can actually try your brand voice in a design. So there are some really cool little things which when you get in there and start to do it yourself, you'll be like, wow, it's pretty incredible with what it can do. But yeah, you can add in your brand voice, like really how you want to sound essentially, or how your tone of voice is, how you really want to market it and sell your services or products. So when we scroll down a little further, there's some assets which you can add in some imagery if you've got any icons I don't really use, but you can add your own individual icons as well. So if we go back out of here and we click on home, right?
Just on the brand kits, Leanne.
Yes.
I mean, for example, for me, I've got, I don't know, about 5 different clients' brand kits in Canva. So
Yes.
for 1 hour, I'll be working on one client, and then I got to go and jump and I got to go and create content for a different client.
Yep.
Yeah, by having all those different clients' brand kits in there with their colors and so forth, it's nuts because I can literally create a graphic and then go, nah, now change it to this brand kit. So that's why it's really important having brand kits, especially if you're working with different clients or you have different looks.
Good point. I actually have, well, I'm invited to their Canva, so you'll see I've got a few up here. So I toggle between them. So you can do it either way. But it's so seamless then, because even if you're creating similar things for similar client, like sort of similar things for different clients, and at least you can really transfer those color schemes and color palettes throughout. So it does make it very, very seamless. So yeah, sorry, you can add more than one brand kit here, which is just, yeah, it's brilliant. So you just go add new and then name your brand kit. So you would name it your client name if you needed to, and then create. And then you would just add in their color palette, logo, whatever else needed, fonts, anything like that. Another really cool thing you can do is maybe a bit advanced, but you can even restrict. So if you've got a team, right, you can restrict so then they only use brand colors or only use brand fonts. So then it limits any other color palette or font to be used throughout. So it is a very cool, actually a fairly new feature too. So yeah, just another little note on that, but it is a very incredible feature. Any questions on brand kits? Any questions? Or are we pretty good? Awesome. So this is the homepage, right? You can kind of access majority of things from either the search tab, or you'll see some kind of regular, Instagram email headers, proposals, presentations. In the interest of this, I'll go to presentation first, and then I might do an Instagram post next. So I'll go to presentation. We want to create a new presentation. Now in here, it'll come up with a blank doc, and then you'll see recently used because I was searching some previously. So maybe I want to search for gardening services. Maybe I want to have a scan through and see what ones are. Actually, the really cool thing is even if you just lightly hover over, you'll see it'll kind of slide through and show you a little bit of the layout. So say, for example, we were to go, you know what, I really like that one, but I don't like all the pages. You can actually either apply all pages or just use some of them. and then, excuse me, embed your own as well later on. So in the interest of today, let's go apply all pages. So there you have now a brand new presentation with all of your slides down the bottom. And it'll always tell you as well, it's 1 of 15. So obviously there's 15 in total. Then you can say, do you know what? I need my brand colors. So you can click on the brand tab, and then you can go to colors, and it will start to change them. If you keep clicking shuffle, excuse me, it will just adjust it accordingly. So say I'm like, maybe I like the dark green as the background, so I'll keep that one. Sorry, excuse me. You can keep shuffling throughout and it'll actually continue to adjust those. And then you can kind of stop and go, maybe I like that one. So it's really cool how, yeah, you can just kind of toggle between your own brand colors and then add it to the presentation. It won't apply it to all slides. So you do need to do that individually. Maybe you want to do this one slightly different. That one looks quite good. Say we go back to the first image and we're like, or the first page rather, and the font we want to change. We can click on here and we can go up the top to fonts. And then you'll be able to select your font as well. Here, recommended font, you'll have document fonts pop up, which is actually just the fonts that they're using in this specific template. So of course you can adjust those. You can also upload a font that might not be in Canva, but it's quite rare that happens. So say we want to use, let's go Alice. There we go, we've changed it. You can also free type. And you can adjust sizing. So when you click and hover over again, you hop up the top. So we want it a little bit smaller. There you go. You can move around. What is really cool, like, I guess inside Canva, it's that drag and drop feature. So say maybe you want a bit more text underneath. You can drag the heading and then you could drag up this kind of co-text and change that as well. And you could keep writing. You could change see how this is capitalized. So you can actually change that as well by clicking this little one here. Very cool, very easy transitions, I guess. Just easy to kind of make it your own, make it unique to you.
I've always found that if I wanted to change something or was like, oh, I really wish that was different, you will be able to. Like,
100%.
You think,
it really is. You know, when you think about it, when you're in there using it, you're like, oh, it's so easy. But when you think about it, you're like, it is amazing what it can do.
Yeah.
The other thing that's really cool, so see here, you're like, do you know what? Don't like this image. I'm going to delete it. It's actually already a frame, which I will show you as well. But say we want to just delete the image first, okay? You'll see this little frame kind of template pop up. We can just go to design, we can go to elements rather, and search for, let's go gardening. We can search for photos. So you can do graphics, anything like that, but just for the sake of now, let's do photos. Let's say we want this one. It'll pop up here, and then we can just drag it into the frame. And maybe we say, don't like that one. We can just go up here and go undo, and it will go. And then maybe we scroll down and we're like, maybe we just want this one instead. We can do the same thing. It's very, very cool. Maybe we say, I don't like that shape of the frame. So we could even change that altogether. So then we go frame, graphic. We delete this. Photo frame. We go frames, see all. And maybe we say to ourselves, do you know what? I want this one. So then we drag this one in. I mean, I did quite like the original one, but let's just do this as an example. And then we can just resize. And we're like, do you know what? I like that one more. I'm going to leave that one. Then we can go back and search for another photo. We can go to all, oh, sorry, photos. And then we can go garden. And then we can try again. Maybe we like this one. Really easy to just kind of drag it into the frame too. I think that's what, yeah, like I said before, I think that's one of the best things, just that drag and drop feature. Um, any questions on that feature yet? Pretty straightforward.
Not on that feature. No one's popped anything, but Kate has asked about, is it helpful to use the folders from the home screen?
Yes,
How you,
yes, you can.
yep.
Yes, yes, you can. So as in this folder here,
Are you talking about collating things,
into
Kate?
folders.
You want to chuck your mic? I think she's talking about like projects.
Yes. Okay. Yep. 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 Yes. 100%. So that essentially the projects tab, this essentially keeps things in one spot for you. So you'll have your own, I actually just got a new Canva, so mine is a little bit, I don't have that many folders, but yes, you can. So I've created one for like client landing pages because I don't have access to this client's Canva. And then I've got one for Instagram posts and one for proposals. So yeah, it essentially keeps everything really neat and tidy for yourself. And you can obviously change these and call these whatever you like. It just saves you then because when you go to home, you'll see recent designs, right? It just collates all of these essentially into one spot for you. So instead of everything kind of being all over the place, it just makes it really easy and seamless for your own sake to be able to go here. It'll always populate recent designs, but then yeah, you can go to folders and you'll have your folders here. I should probably have a lot more, but alas, I don't.
Otherwise, you end up using the search function up the top there and you're typing in like trying to think
Exactly.
now what was in the design or what word
Exactly.
did I use?
Exactly, exactly. And you can, that's the other good thing is you can star. So say I really liked that design I was working on before, you can also star it and make it one of your favorites. But even you can do that while you're searching. So if I go, I'll go out of the presentation one and I'll go into just a Instagram and then I'll show you. So say we go, do you know what? I really like this template. Okay. We can do a similar thing, but also, oops, my mouse is just doing, I hope my mouse is not going to die on me today. That's not what I need. Then I have to use the old computer mouse. Let me just go back. Oh no, there we go. We're good now. So if we go here, you'll see already that's my brand colors because I was playing around with it before. But say we went to branding, we can do a similar thing here, and then I'll show you how to favorite it. We can go, don't like that, don't like that. And similar to before, you'll see how this is also a photo frame. So we'll say, don't like that, don't like that one. You can even upload your own. I probably should have shared that with you before. So I'm sure Belle won't mind me using her face here today. We could upload, if you wanted to upload one of yourself, you can use, so you can just click on here and upload files. I don't know if I shared that with you before. I don't think I did. And then you can go and upload one of your own images. So that's another really great feature. So you don't have to use their their embedded images, but their stock library is quite good in Canva. That's why a lot of people do utilize that feature because it is very good and it's better on Canva Pro as well. So when you're paying for the subscription, you do get a lot more of an extensive range of imagery inside Canva. So that's another good little tip. But in the interest of this, let's just fill it out with let's fill it out with some photos. Let's go. And then I'll just show you, but I'll also show you elements as well in case you wanted to add one of those in. Let's just fill that in for the sake of the lesson. And then there are these little, you'll see these little buttons that make everything look really cohesive here. So these are actually elements, right? Or like graphics, but they can be edited. So say we're like, don't really like that little tick. Let's delete that one. Let's go to graphics. and let's see what we can find. Maybe we want to use something just really different. Maybe we want to use a plant. We can make that a bit smaller, and we could put that here. We could drag this up. We could do some really cool things. We can delete these ones because we're like, we don't want to, we want to be a bit different today. We can make that a little bit smaller again. And then we can keep it like that. So it's really cool how you can not just add imagery, but you can add little graphics as well. We could maybe add a watering can if we wanted to. Literally, it probably anything you search for, it's probably in there, like without a doubt. You can resize really easy. So all I'm doing is just moving, like hovering that around and moving that around just by drag and drop. That's what I mean with that drag and drop feature. Really, really good. It'll always recommend, and actually that's another thing with Canva Pro is their graphics are better as well. So really everything you get is better, right? When you pay for the subscription. But like I said, I do find it's worth it. They've got literally, you name it, it's there. Again, drag and drop. These little features here too can also be adjusted. But if, for example, you were ever going to share something online, you can actually link your website as well. So when you, for example, are hovering over here, you click the link button and you could put and click done. It will pop up with a little underline, which means if you ever went share, created a public view link, clicked create public view link, and then went to share that with someone, and they opened it online, right? So you sent it via an email or something. They received it, they clicked open the PDF, whatever it is, one-page doc. They'd be able to click through to your website directly from here. It's a really good feature as well. You can add in links anywhere, and you can add in a multitude of links, right? So if you wanted to link to something like a social media page or your website, some other resource you can even link to. So it's a really handy feature as well. Any other questions so far? Are we good?
Yep, so far so good.
Amazing.
I've used that link tool even if you just download the document as a PDF.
Even if you download the document. Yeah. Actually, I will show you how to do that too while we're here in the interest of that. So the little share button up the top, you obviously click on that, and then you can either download, like I showed you before, public view link. You can do a few really cool things. You can post directly here to your social media profile if you have that connected. Pretty seamless to connect as well. Also only on Canva Pro. And so in the interest of today, we'll just go download. Okay. You can change the sizing. So if you do need to adjust sizing at all, this will help with the pixelation, so the quality of the image as well. Depending on where you're using it, you just need to be mindful of the size because it can impact how it appears. But also, if they allow like a higher size, it will always pre-populate to what is suggested. So PNG is best for complex images and illustrations. If it's obviously the presentation, as I showed you before, you would go PDF standard. There is even video imagery, video capabilities as well in Canva. Like I said, pretty much you name it, it's in there. But for today, we'll click on that one, and then it will save download settings automatically. And then we'll just click download. And I'll just show you then. And here it is. So there's your social. This would be an Instagram post graphic. Yeah. Obviously with our little pop plan in there. And then you could even, I mean, depending on what system you're using, like I said, you could share that with yourself pretty easily. Or if it was a PDF doc, that's when you would, attach it to an email. If you were sharing a one pager, I will show you that as well. But just a really handy functionalities in the system. We'll go back home. We'll go here and we'll go home. And we'll do would proposal doc be good to go through? do you think, Chloe?
Uh, maybe let's get people to comment in the chat. Would a proposal doc, would a social media post,
What
what
would
would
we
you
use it
like?
for?
What would you like, folks? Give them a chance to type. Instagram carousel, social media, Instagram.
Oh, that's actually one thing I haven't done. Yeah, that's a good one. So let me, so in here, let's go back to our original doc that we created. So the other good thing in here is you can duplicate the page, or you can say, don't like that design. But let's, for the interest of this demo, let's just duplicate it. Then we're going to delete all of this. And we're going to create a new one, which will be like a carousel. We're going to delete this. They've got a lot of elements on this one. We'll just start from scratch.
Hmm.
There we go. That's my color. Maybe we want to change that to white. And then maybe we want to go design, and maybe we want to see some other templates. So you could even search for a carousel, right? They will have templates with the carousel Instagram posts, or you can free design. It depends on really how much time you have and how much time, because that's one thing about Canva, you can spend a lot of time in there. Some days I'm like, Leanne, just take a step back and just use the templates, you know? Otherwise you can get a bit carried away and get really into it. So that's one thing to be mindful of, I will say.
Kate's just asked a question which kind of relates to this at the moment. So at the moment you're in square, which of course
Yes.
should actually
Yep.
be 4:5. So Kate, the reason you're getting those black bars top and bottom is you're not using the right size.
Yep. Yes, that is correct. So the good thing now, because Instagram did change their sizing, the new size is in there as well. I think it used to be 180 by 180, was it not, from
Yep.
memory? And now
Yep.
look at that. That's lucky I got that right. But the good thing is as well, you can resize. Anytime you're editing, before I show you this, I can just touch on that request. But anytime you're in here and you're like, actually, I want this to be a different size, you can do a custom size, or you can choose from one of their options, or obviously go to suggested. So say we were going to do like even a PDF or something larger, we can go copy and resize, and then we can open that one. It'll open in a new tab. And here we are. It's the new size. And then obviously we would edit that. So it's pretty easy to kind of transition between the two, I guess. But yes, they will have the updated Instagram size in here. So when you click on here and go home, the Instagram, this is the old one, and then they'll have the new one in there, which is 180 by 1350 now,
4:5. Yeah.
which is that 4:5, yeah. And see, like you'll see there are, I mean, a significant amount of templates, but if we were like, I mean, you'll see it here, the extensive range that you can come up with.
Sometimes I even just search like botanical or
Yep.
green or
Yes.
leaves
Yes.
or
Yes. Yeah. You can search for the basic. Yeah. Look at that. It's incredible. You could even search like earthy, if I can spell, maybe some earthy designs.
and yes, Kate, there is stories templates in there as well.
Yes. Yep, I can show you that too. Let's go. Let's do that. We'll just do everything while we're here. Yeah, so anything social media related. So these ones are just the kind of, I guess, the most popular. But you can search up here, you can go Canva templates, or you can go, maybe I want to scan across more, see all, and then here they all are. So, I mean, you'll see here, it just shows you like, and there is even more. I mean, like literally an event ticket even. It's crazy. So yeah, Instagram stories are here, and you'll see it now. You'll see the size. And we go, there's your design. So that's your Instagram story design. You can do Instagram Reels as well in here, which I don't know, is that a bit advanced or could I go through that? Do
If
you think?
anyone knows, if anyone's ever played with video editing, then yeah, you can use Instagram Reels editing in Canva. As someone who edits video, it's not
The best.
the best, but if you're looking for an editing tool that's not on your phone, then yes, use it.
Yeah, good tip. Yeah. It's not the best, but it definitely does the job,
Yeah,
really.
totally.
So this
People
is
are saying, yeah, do Reels, please.
yes, okay, great, great. Awesome. Love that. Love that keen. I mean, while we're here, we may as well just go through everything. Let's go Canva templates. We'll search for one in here. We'll go see all. You'll see in here, I mean, they just have, as I said before, anything and everything. Okay. We'll just choose one from here and then I can edit. Let's go a nice travel-ish related one. Destination. Okay, so this is the existing template. We can zoom in a little bit. We can zoom out, depending on how much, we kind of want to use. If we want to now edit anything of the overlay, so if we want to keep the background, say we like the background and we want to edit the graphics, it's pretty much the same as the design. So you hover over, you can delete those, delete those, delete that, delete that. And if you go, oh my gosh, I accidentally deleted something, you can just go back and add it all back in. Now, if you wanted to change the background, we would go here, we would go edit, and maybe we want to, actually, you know what? Maybe we want to change maybe we want to go, oops. And maybe we want to change it completely. Maybe we're like, we don't really like that one. Let's use this. And then it changes it completely. If we want to as well, remember, add in our brand colors, we can also do that. So it's using your existing one. So if you want to use your brand kit, you can add that in, okay, your color scheme. And then again, we can change the design completely. So we could just delete, detach image from background. They're using an image on the back. And then we could go ahead and delete these graphics. And then we could add our own image on the back and turn it into a video.
You can also, of course, upload your own videos.
Yes.
Say you did a video, you filmed yourself and you had like 3 different little videos. So you could upload your 3 different little videos, slide them in here and use that little plus down the bottom and just turn them into one video, export them as one video, if that makes sense. Sorry,
Yes.
I'm taking over explaining.
No, it's good. I said to you, please interrupt me wherever because I'm just kind of, I didn't really, I prepared a little bit, but I just thought I'll kind of wing it because I use it so often. So I'm like, I'll kind of go off what people need. So no,
Hey,
it's good.
Leanne, can I just ask a question, please?
Yes. Yes.
With the timeline in the bottom part of the screen there, when you clicked on an element, it showed up sitting above the main video. Is there a way that you can see all the different layers in the one go on that? Or do you have to click on the element to be able to see, like if you have text that you only want to last for 5 seconds of a 30-second video?
Yes,
Does
you
that
can
make
adjust
sense?
that. Yes,
Okay.
yes, you can adjust that as well. Yeah, you can literally adjust anything. Yeah. So you could extend the length of the video. You could extend the text overlay. So say if you wanted to put text in here, let's write test. Let's make that a bit bigger. You could actually animate this. So then it either appears like that, comes in as like a blur. So you've got all these different options. You want to drag it up. So you can do the same thing with an element too. I just
Yep.
thought I'd use text because mostly you'd find, I think most of the time you would probably use it on text. But it does look really cool with elements as well, I guess.
Yep.
So there are so many options. Like you can get it to type, you can get
But
it to,
you have to click on it in the image for it to show up in those layers at the bottom
yes, yeah. So
screen.
you will
Yep.
always have to click on it here, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
then you'll be
Okay.
able to edit it on the side.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Because a very long time ago, when I used to use Windows Movie Maker or something, you'd be able to see where all the different layers were along the timeline.
Yes, yes,
So I'm just
yes.
wondering
I
if that,
remember.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm just wondering if that's the same, but it's different. That's okay.
slightly different. Yeah, slightly different.
Thanks.
That's okay.
It'll split the sound into a separate layer below.
Okay.
So you sort of end up with 3 layers of text, video, and then sound.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks, Chloe.
Yeah. Yeah, and also like I say, you want it less is more sometimes. So, you don't want to, I mean, they are really great features, but sometimes you don't want to over design too, because
Oh, no. I'm just thinking
really
about being able to see where everything's sitting in the one go.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So when you do, you really need to just be editing in here. You can't, like on a reel, you can edit down here, but
Yeah.
only the
Okay.
duration and things like that. So editing in the actual, so you kind of have
Sure.
to click here. It's hard when I'm doing it virtually too, but
Yep. That's all right. Thank you.
no worries. And then if we wanted to, so I'll show you what it would look like. Maybe we want to go, let's have a look at some, or maybe we want to do a little video. I'll just use this one. We can actually drag, okay? If we only want to use part of it, okay? Or we can go set video as background. So we can do that straight away. Or we can kind of adjust the size and fill it out how we want it to appear, right? It will automatically populate an element. So then obviously you can have that visual impact, or you can delete this, delete your wording. And here's your test down here. You can also add more. So if you want to make it longer, maybe you want to upload one of yours. I don't think I've got many videos in there. Or you can record yourself in here. Another great feature. Probably not something I use very often because I think the camera, I mean, depending on your device, really. Really easy as well to cut these shorter as reels. So if you don't want it to be as long, you can cut the length down too, which is really good. Anything else on reels? Oh, then you can easily export, of course, similar to before. So download, save download settings. I always select 1080p, so HD quality. It'll pre-populate at the suggested file type, and then you click download. Or if you've got it connected, you can post directly to Instagram. You need an Instagram business account for that. Really good feature as well. Any other questions on that part? I think we're good. I've got 2 screens. I don't know if I shared that with you before. That's why I'm sometimes like I'm looking here and looking at you all there, looking at the chat. I think I answered those ones.
It's definitely worth having a play with reels. I even find for sometimes when I'm using my pro video editing software, I'll still come into Canva just because it's faster than using the pro video software. I'll come into Canva because I want that little typing effect of the words. or
Yes.
I want a graphic of a watering can that's wiggling. So yeah, even just using Canva to connect to other things is helpful.
Definitely.
Kate's asked any advice on file types for different uses, e.g. social media reels versus carousel slides. Not sure what you mean there, Kate. Do you want to ask with your mic on?
Oh, like as in when you go to share it? Is that what you mean? You how it kind of like, is
Oh, yeah, that must be what she means.
that what you mean?
JPEG versus other
Yeah,
files.
yeah. So it's really just the quality, right? So they'll always recommend, usually with imagery, I would always go PNG. It depends on what you're using it for, but in this context, I would say we're using it for socials, presentations, things like that. PNG, definitely. Obviously, if you're going to print something, click on the PDF print option. PDF standard, it'll always direct you. That's the best thing about Canva as well, is it always gives you a really good guide. So they'll essentially tell you which one to download it as. But the MPF4 video for Reels is that's a high quality video and it'll be 1080p. You can adjust the quality, but I would keep it as the recommended size.
The only reason the big thing for me that I notice the difference between JPEG and PNG is PNG allows you to download an image with a transparent background. So for
Yes.
example, say you are jumping on Canva because you want that graphic of a watering can, you can then download it as a PNG, you tick the little transparent background box, and then that file you can upload into something else or wherever you need it. So for me,
Yep, I can show you that actually. Let's show you that because that is good. That's a really good feature, the transparent background.
that's handy for websites, like if you're trying to put something on a website and you want it to sit on top of something.
Yes, yeah, let's do that. Let's do one of those. We'll just use Instagram post size for this sake. And we'll go create new design. And then let's use this one. Oh, see, this is actually a good example for a carousel. So I'll touch on both while I'm here. So see how I probably went there. I probably got there too fast. But I clicked on search, I went to Instagram post, and then I clicked on a template, and then see how this one is actually a carousel. So let's go apply 3 pages. This is already a pre-done design. This one's probably got a bit too much text, for my personal opinion, but each to their own. And then that's the third post. So really good example of a pre-existing carousel. Now, if you wanted to, for example, say we wanted to just, I'll show you what it would be like. We'll delete that image. And maybe we wanted to move this up a bit. And we'll put in a little, we could just be in here all day, really, making designs. It's very cool. And let's say we want the plant. We could make this, right? So there will be no white square background. So this will appear, the background is essentially transparent then. I will download it and I'll show you what that looks like. Let's add some more in just for the sake of it. Let's do it the right way around. Let's go share, download. Now this is where you click. Okay, we're going to click transparent background. Now, in this case, I don't really want to download all 3 pages. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to select current page only. It will save your download setting automatically. So the next time you go to download, it'll download in transparent background. So always check if you've done any adjustments there. Let's go download. You can also name it. I don't think I covered that yet. So you can name it whatever you want to name it, really. You can write anything in there. And then when you download it, it'll save as that name as well. So I'm going to go to hopefully I don't have too many. This one's an So see how, oopsie daisy. Oops, sorry. So you can see, I've just accidentally, you can see, oh, we had a little thing there that I forgot to delete, but see, at least it comes up on the transparency because it was white. That's why I didn't see it.
Oh,
So
it's not
see
going
how,
to it's not going
yeah.
to show because it's only showing your Canva screen.
Oh, is it? It's not showing you. Okay, hang
That's
on.
all right.
Well, you know what I can do? No, you know what I can do? I can re-upload it. I'll show
Yeah.
you.
Or chuck it in the chat.
I'll chuck it in the chat. That's a good one. Let me, because when I've downloaded it, there's a little banner here and here.
Ah.
And see if I see how there's a little banner there that we couldn't see it because it was, but I will actually delete this because I'll do that. Let's do that again. Save download settings, transparent background, download. I'm going to upload this now. I'm going to click upload. Okay. I'm going to go upload files. See how, can you see that? You can't see it yet. Can you see it now? Uploading? Yeah. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to make a new screen. Oh, sorry, a new page, add page. And then you'll see here, here's my image. So it's literally downloaded it with no background so that it's a transparent background, which is the coolest thing about one of the really cool features of Canva. We could put in a color background and that's now an image. Okay. So I can't adjust those anymore. See how I can't move them because they're not elements anymore. It's actually been downloaded with a transparent background, re-uploaded as an image. So sometimes you might want to do that if you need to add in something as an image on a design and resize it somehow. You can also do that. It's a really handy feature. For example, like with some of my clients, I can actually show you, I'm sure she won't mind. I can do a laptop design. Like I've got some product templates here, like a laptop mock-up. So if you were sharing some of your work and you needed to download this, like I would download these with a transparent background. I would delete here, delete this. And these are simply found by searching laptop frame, and then all the frames will be here. I've just happened to have some pre-existing templates here, but then you could, if you wanted to, for example, add this to your website. It does look quite good on a website, things like this. Or, I do landing pages and things like that for clients. So when they're selling specific offers, and then I would use kind of like this laptop mock-up section. And I would go upload. We could upload our little graphic in here. It would see how it's uploading in there, and you could resize and things like that. This one's probably not the best because it's not the right size. But this is a Notion board that I have. You could upload anything in here, any of your images, or you could search for some. Drag and drop, and see how they just drag and drop in really easy. Then we want to go share, download. We don't want every page. We only want the current page. Done. Download. Oh, did I click transparent background? Did I click it? I don't think I did.
No, I don't think you did either.
See? No, I didn't.
Oh, she did. There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Good spotting, Kate.
So then you could re-upload that. Well, obviously it's saved to your computer. Then you could populate that into, you could re-upload that into Canva, or you could upload that to a website or anywhere really, whatever you wanted to use it for. I don't know if you can see me going to upload it again. And here it is. You can see that now, right? It's uploading. Yeah. So then it's uploading again as an image. So then that is essentially, I can't edit that because that's essentially an image now, right? So it's a very cool feature as well. It's quite handy, very easy to navigate. Any questions with that one? How are we going in the chat?
All good, all good. Did you need to go back to your presentation or are we interrupting?
I can, yeah. Yeah, in the interest of time. Yeah, I could be like I said to you, I could just be in here all day. We could just go through like
Yeah,
everything,
like
really,
you
the whole
could
thing.
literally like have a screen recorder of either of us
You,
just doing Canva for a few
I
hours
could, I
and
could, I
people
could, I could
watch.
be here for a few hours. Um, I will go back to home. I'm going to show you now how I'll go back to my presentation. You'll see all of our recent designs here that we've used today. So I'm going to go back to my presentation. And in the interest of today, I'll stay on this and I'll show you. I think I went to here last. The cool thing, I think, with when you click present, so what I did for today at the beginning, so as you all entered the session, I was already on that present mode. So you would click present and I go present, right? Really easy. Or you can go present a view, present and record. So even if you needed to do like see, I'm getting carried away now. I'm still talking about it, right? Even if you needed to do like a video, and you were going to go through a presentation on your own, right? And record it and then send it to someone, you can also do that in Canva too. So very cool. Very, very cool. You have like a little video of yourself, you can toggle that on or off, and then you can present a slide deck and then share that with someone too.
Leanne, in that present thing that you just had open there,
Mhm.
in the presenter view, is that where you can, when you're presenting and you've got another screen attached, you can see all your notes, whatever, like in presenter view on PowerPoint?
Yes, correct.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, so you can, yeah. So you can, I know it's such a great feature. I actually didn't have
Yeah.
that many notes on mine, but I wish I could show you that, but I don't think oh, actually, maybe I can. If I click presenter view and I go present, I
Sure.
think I can
Right.
show you. Okay, yeah, here, I can show you. So see this screen? Can you see that?
No, all we can
Just
see is
says
audience
audience
window.
window.
Yeah, no, it won't let us.
I wonder if there's a way where I can show you what that looks like. I think there is because
You take
Screenshot.
a screenshot or something?
I can take a screenshot, but let me just see if I can.
You'd put the notes in down the bottom left there.
Yeah, so where
Yeah.
where you put them is in here. And then on my other screen, so when I go present, I'm just trying to figure out because I think I've done this before where I switched because it's because it comes up as a
I
different.
think the screen that you're sharing in Zoom, you'd probably have to change that
Yes, it's because I'm on yeah, I know.
if you
Let
were
me
the host.
yes, let me see if I can screen share my this one so then at least you can see it because it is good to see. Otherwise, I'll just send a screenshot.
Yeah, cool.
Um, let me just see in Zoom if I can change.
The other thing with Canva, if you're one of those people who downloads your PowerPoint presentation on a USB stick and then takes it to, say, the garden club or, your client and then plugs it into a computer and then downloads it and then blah, blah, blah. I don't do that anymore. I just rock up and I hotspot to the computer, I jump on Canva, I sign into Canva, bam, there's my presentation.
Yeah,
Um, it's a million times better than PowerPoint because with PowerPoint, like you'll have created it in some version of PowerPoint and then you go and put it on their computer and their computer's got a different version of PowerPoint and yeah,
yes.
PowerPoint.
PowerPoint is very 1999.
Yeah.
Got to keep up with the we've got to keep up with the time now.
Yeah.
I can share this. I'm going to share this screen. You'll probably see you now. Can you see my second screen now?
No, we can see the desktop.
Yes, okay, that's good. That's good. That's what I want. So I'm going to go present. I hope this works. Can you see that now?
Yes. Nice.
There you go. So that's my notes screen. I mean, I don't have any in this case, but that's what you would see on your second screen. Is that helpful?
Yeah.
So really good because you can write all your notes, obviously in where I showed you before. And then this will come up with the time, the length you've been talking. You can scan through, right? Okay. Really, really good. And then obviously have all your notes. Yeah, I didn't have any for this one because I was just going to wing it, you know. But yeah, really, really handy. Really handy and it will always prompt you. So, but you just test it before. If you were ever going to do it, you just kind of do a little test beforehand, but it will always prompt you. And then you'll make sure when you share screen, you share the screen that's going to have the enter, like the full screen mode. And then this screen that you're seeing now will sit on your second screen. It's always handy to have a second screen.
Has anyone got any other demos that they want to see live? Because I am just conscious of Leanne's
Yes,
time.
sorry. No, that's okay because I won't even go through my last few, but I will just say some key takeaways. I think it's important to remember that branding is more than just a logo. So really making sure you create that consistency because that establishes a bit of professionalism. But Canva really is there to simplify design. Really utilizing their templates saves time, as you've seen. Your brand identity, I think, really keep that intentional to you, right? It's always going to be different. You're unique. So really tailor it to your own brand voice and tone, and then just experiment and have fun. Like I said, I could just be in there all afternoon with you all, just, creating some designs. I mean, even if if we had more time, I could have even done a design for one of you, that would have been really cool too. So maybe it's something you can play around with and, share some tips with each other as well.
Yeah. Kate says it's been fabulous. Thanks. Chloe says that's great.
Good.
Yeah. So I hope that's helped for some of you who had never looked at it before. And essentially just start playing with it. Maybe don't open it and think that you're going to write the presentation that you're about to give 2 days later. But just start playing with it. Yeah, some social media posts. Maybe try a reel that's got, 3 different takes or something that you're going to merge together. Or maybe try a presentation that you've got coming up. And go from there. Anything else?
Any other questions while I'm here?
I think Leonie's just jumped in, but Leonie, you're at the end. You might have to go back and catch the replay. I'm sorry, you might have got your times confused.
Sorry, Leonie.
That's all right. That's what the recording's for. But yeah, 100% worth giving it a go. Karen says I was jumping in late, so she'll have to rewatch the beginning. Yeah, totally fine. But yeah, really worth the pro version, guys. I started off playing around on the basics, the free version, but the pro is 100%. I use the graphics, the stock images. Heck, I've even used stock videos. You search, planting a seedling, because you don't want to go and film yourself planting a seedling. So you just search planting a seedling. It's not so great if you type in a full botanical name. So if you type in a genus and species, you probably won't get that exact one. But if you typed hydrangea, it'll give you a bunch of different hydrangeas type thing, if that helps as well.
Yeah. Yeah, the search bar, I mean, really you can be specific, but not overly specific, I think that's but you'll kind of, once you're in there and you're playing around with that, you'll figure that out as you go along as well. But it is just, like I said, it's brilliant. It's just worth, like Chloe said, just spend some time in there, play around with it, have a look at what templates you like. You can star them. I don't know if I showed you that, but you can there's a little section where you can just star. So if you see some templates that you like, you just click the little star button. It's very easy to find. You won't miss it. But that's also, then you can just, of course, go back and refer to those ones that you like, just to kind of keep them on hand. Because you will see, like you've seen, there are a lot of templates in there and it's easy to kind of get lost in there and you're like, oh, where's that one that I really liked? So always use the star.
Yep. Nice. All right. Did you have a question there? No, she's just saying goodbye. Okay, no worries.
Awesome. Oh, thanks so much, Chloe, and thanks everybody for your time.
That's all right. Thanks so much, Leanne. And
Thank you.
yeah, thanks everybody. If there's any questions about Canva or you want to chat more about Canva, HMAA people, maybe we can carry that on in our Facebook group. You can obviously go and stalk Leanne on socials as well to see her Canva in real life. So yeah, thanks so much.
Thank
And
you. Thanks.
we'll see you later.
Thanks.
Thanks everyone. Bye.
Bye.